Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host, broadcast to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. I've got Doug Rink, President, CEO of Fortran Corporation, on the show with me today. Doug, welcome to the show.
Hey, Michael, good afternoon.
Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. All right, at least if not, FRTN is a stock symbol, right?
Correct, FRTN, yep.
All right, Doug, you've got an interesting business model with your company, Fortran, and you've done a remarkable job with it. Let me back up a little bit, give our audience a little flavor for the man steering the boat, if you will, and then we'll dive right into what Fortran does and take it from there.
Well, the man steering the boat is me, been my team really, but it's more myself and my CFO. It's a fellow by the name of Rich Wilson. We work really hard at what we do. We're mainly rolling up the telecommunications businesses locally in our regional markets and reaching out across, down your way and up north of you just a little bit.
Okay, give us a little background on you before you got into Fortran, and then let's get into what Fortran does. I think you've got 7,700 clients.
Sure, a little bit more than that, actually.
Okay.
Well, my background in the last 25 years in business has mainly been in various fields. Like I was in the real estate business for about 15 years, roughly, in development, real estate development, and in the media and communications business. So for the last 10 years or so. So that's primarily outdoor advertising, you call it the billboard business, and rolling and building those in our markets up here, and then getting into the telecommunications business towards 2006, and then beginning to roll those up. So that's kind of my background's mainly real estate and the communications and the telecommunications.
All right. Now, what does Fortran do?
Fortran is a systems integrator. By that, it integrates telecommunication hardware. Give you an example would be Avaya, Mitel hardware, NEC hardware into government agencies and small to medium-sized businesses. We basically manage the telecommunication hardware that they have.
Okay. All right. Now, you're experiencing great growth. Why? What is it that's making you stand out apart from the rest of the companies in your industry sector?
Well, 15-hour days, maybe,
okay.
If you can do that. The growth that we're getting is through acquisition. We just identified a niche that we like in that space, in the telecommunications space, where you have aging out owners and mom-and-pop type operators who have survived the economic changes in the financial markets, which is one of the things I'm glad that corporate crowdfund is out there now, because it gives companies like us, finally a chance to get out and, walk in the grass barefooted about our company and not feel like we're breaking any kind of rules and having to hire expensive attorneys to go and, tell us how to raise capital. So I'm really glad this website's out there. But the growth is coming from just the acquisitions and providing some sort of liquidity for mom and pop owners of the companies that we're interested in to find a way to sell at a good rate, and then knowing that their company is going to be taken care of and grow with us over the years. But it's not been easy. I mean, it's been, we've been doing this now 4 years, so it's not been without its difficulties, and it continues. The difficulties continue, but the growth is pretty good for us.
All right, you tell us where Fortran started, and then where you've migrated to, and then if you could get into the different markets that you're covering with Fortran.
Well, Fortran started off as just had one company that I acquired in 2006, and it was 7, and from revenues of around $700,000 where we started to now just over 4. Maybe we're trailing slightly more than that, but
4 million.
4 million. Sorry, 4 million. And that's all of that. Some of that's come. Our philosophy is to roll up the company and then roll out with product and services once we acquire the customers. And that's sort of what we do. Our geographic locations right now are in 2 states. We're in North Carolina and South Carolina. We're working to expand that because our niche is pretty tight. That we're not trying to be all things to our customers. We're just trying to do a specific service. We like to service large, bulky switches, telecommunication switches, things that aren't replaced frequently, that maybe last 7 to 10 years. And we bill for that service. We do own some of the switches in our customers' locations, and we rent those back. But it's sort of a niche business. We like to service business, and we like to service large, bulky items like that. So.
All right. So you're in North Carolina, right? You've got 2 locations. You said there, right?
Yeah, we're in North Carolina. We're in South Carolina.
All right, and then
Right.
you're now geographically looking to branch out because of the success that you've had, and to go into other states. You're talking to Dallas right now, so I imagine you're looking to do something here in Texas.
That's exactly right. We're next stop is Houston, actually. So we're looking in that market right now actively, and have been for quite some time. And then Dallas is just right across, not too far. So we are actively heading there. A lot of businesses there, and the southeast, generally where we are, had some rough patches over the last few years. Economic speaking, Texas has always been on our mind to look down there. And we're just finally now have the wind at our back that we can head that way. So we're excited to be looking at that market. And there's a lot of opportunity in the Texas market. It's tremendous compared to other states that we've looked at.
No, it's huge. Everybody's moving here. You can tell. I mean, in another 3 years, it's going to be like L.A. traffic.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I'm excited to be there. I mean, I'm excited to be a part of it.
All right. Now, I'm on your website. I'm in the markets. You cover education, medical, financial, government, hospitality, and retail. Those are very competitive markets to break into. Why are you so successful with this?
Well, because we niche. We're very niche-y. We don't try to just be all things to the customer. That's one of the problems that in the companies that we bought, they wouldn't recognize that the roll-up opportunity is here. They should be focusing or merging with some of their competitors. Instead, they're just they would offer a lot of different services, try to be all things to the customer. We just didn't do that. We just focused right on what we're good at, which is the telecommunication switches. And to do that, you got to spread your territory out and just do what you do and be the best at what you do. And that's what we do. That's why we're able to spread out synergies across different states and multiple areas. You really don't need an accounting person in your office in another state. You're going to have that at our corporate office. You really just need technicians in the field, salespeople in the field. So we'll get those synergies back up here, and we can collapse those expenses but the main thing is to stay focused on exactly what you're good at, what you're the best at, and then just do that, and not try to be do backups and things like that for the hospitality industry, particularly those in the medical. You just can't be all things to those guys. You got to have a niche.
All right, so let me get this, and excuse me if the questions are naive, but you're coming into new markets, and then you're not just putting a beachhead and putting your own people in there. You're actually giving the opportunity for smaller companies to join with you and bring their clientele with them, and then give them the benefit of what you people have in experience and the rest of the things that they're looking for support. Am I getting that right?
That's correct. There's thousands. It's very fragmented of people that do what we do in other states, particularly Texas. And so, there's no liquidity. There's no verifiable liquidity for those companies. If they want to sell, they have to sell at a lower rate, or they just, if they want to get out of the business, they have to close it down. I mean, really, there's nowhere to go. So we come in, provide them an exit strategy for their telecommunications business, and give them. Sometimes we do stock. Mainly, we buy them out and do some share exchanges. But it's a liquidity to the market that's already there. For us to go in and start from scratch in a market like Texas would take 20 years to build it up. Much better philosophy is to go in and make acquisitions of the companies from, say, $1.5 to $5 million a piece, and buy those, and you automatically get the customer base. You automatically have the relationships. So the much faster way to do it.
Yeah, it sounds like a very smart way to do that. All right, let's take a little break. But when we come back, I want to give you the leverage or the latitude to talk about the future, what's happening with your company, what's happening with the industry sector. But before we go, contact information for you, so that anybody that is listening that looks to wants to join up with you, they can find a way to reach you.
Sure.
Your web address?
Web address right now is www.fortrancorp.com.
Great. And symbol FRTN, right?
FRTN, yeah, on the OTC markets. Right.
Perfect. We'll be right back with Doug Rink. He's the president CEO of Fortran Corporation, symbol FRTN.